Hey everyone, welcome to day one. This is Genesis chapter 1 of reading the Bible from cover to cover. So, Genesis to Revelation, it's 66 books. New Testament is 27, Old Testament is 39. This is one of 66. I'm excited to start this journey with you all. I'm going to give you a little bit of background on the book of Genesis. Okay, so this is the first book of Moses. I'm sure you've heard of Moses before. Okay, so the first part of Genesis is going to focus on the beginning and the spread of sin in the world and culminates in the devastating flood in the days of Noah. The second part of the book is going to focus in God's dealings with one man, Abraham, through which God promises to bring salvation and blessing to the world. So you'll notice as we walk through the entire Old Testament, we basically go from the beginning of the world and creation. We're going to experience a whole bunch of ups and downs of societies along the way. We're going to witness some amazing people along the way. And there's going to be one in particular that seems to stick out is Abraham to David, and then from David to Jesus. Um, so just kind of keep that in mind. Like this genealogy is not just random names. It is the walkthrough of how we came from Adam all the way down to the line of um, Jesus Christ himself, that he came physically to the earth through. Okay, so an account was kept of this, and that's quite amazing, right? Um, so Abraham, through God, he promises to bring salvation and blessing to the world. So Abraham and his descendants, will learn firsthand that it's always safe to trust the Lord in times of famine and feasting, blessing and bondage. So I would put that into terms of like always. So from Abraham to Isaac to Jacob to Joseph, God's promises begin to come to fruition in a great nation possessing a great land. And if you stick with us, you'll see what that great land is. Um, you might have heard the word Israel before, so I guess you need to stick around and find out if that's what it is. Um, it might not be. So, Genesis is a Greek word. It means origin, source, generation, or beginning. Okay, the original Hebrew title, I might butcher this, is Bereshith. If someone knows the exact way to say it, you can put it in the comments and spell it out for me. Or you can just DM me and like tell me on a video thing where it's like, a voice recording. That would help. That would be awesome. Okay, so this word Bereshith, it means in the beginning. So I always find this really interesting. Like this title is actually in the first three words of Genesis. So let's get started. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So the evening and the morning were the first day. Then God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." Thus God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. So the evening and the morning were the second day. Then God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, the herb that yields seed according to its kind, and the tree that yields fruit, whose seed is in itself according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the third day. Then God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons, and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth." And it was so. Then God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. God set them in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the fourth day. Then God said, "Let the waters abound with an abundance of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the face of the firmament of the heavens." So God created great sea creatures and every living thing that moves, with which the waters abounded according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth." So the evening and the morning were the fifth day. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature according to its kind, cattle and the creeping thing and the beasts of the earth, each according to its kind." And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth according to its kind, cattle according to its kind, and everything that creeps on the earth according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over all the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. Then God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it, have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on the earth." And God said, "See, I have given you every herb that yields seed which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed. To you it shall be for food. Also to every beast of the earth, to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth, in which there is life, I have given every green herb for food." And it was so. Then God saw everything he had made, and indeed it was very good. So the evening and the morning were the sixth day. That is the end of Genesis chapter 1. And I'd like to point just a couple things out that I find to be very intriguing. Okay, so it says, "Let us make man in our image." So I think God's talking about the Trinity here, right? Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And then dominion over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, over the cattle, over all the earth, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. Okay, so God gave us dominion. He gave us not necessarily rulership, right? Because we can't control everything on this earth. However, He gave us stewardship. And I believe that this verse is what calls us to be stewards over the resources, right? He names the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, the cattle, over all the earth, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. He gives us, he calls us to be good stewards of the resources that he created on this earth. Okay, and then he also mentions this verses 26 through 28 are just crazy, right? Like, this is like, boom, this is your identity, people. Okay, so God created man in his own image, right? um, in their likeness. Okay, and so I think of like Jesus, right? He took on the image of and the weaknesses of being like man with us, like God with us in man's form. Like Jesus was a and is a form of God, and he looked like us, right? So isn't that amazing? Like even when God came down to earth, he took upon our form. I think that's just confirmation of this. And then it also says, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it." And then it says, "Have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air." So again, he repeats this point that we are to be the stewards. But he also says, like, go fill the earth, go multiply. And so obviously, if you're alive, that means people are heeding to that word.